It's a beautiful day for a walk, guys. How interesting is this trail? Let's see what we can find. Good morning. It's Aunt Shadow. I got something really important I want to talk to you about. Come on, let's go for a walk. So what do we need inner senses for? If we have all these outer senses that help us navigate this beautiful planet of ours and these crazy cultural environments we've created, well, without inner senses, we have no way to determine what's going on inside our bodies. We can't interpret and perceive our inner signals. What kind of inner signals? Well, your physical needs, for one. Are you hungry? Are you hot? Are you dirty? How about your emotional states? Are you worried? Are you sad? Are you happy? Are those tears of joy? How about your responses to stress? That's a big one in this day and age. Probably always has been, but I imagine the stresses nowadays are a lot different than the ones we used to have. And how about assessing and interpreting your mental health? What have you been thinking about? Are you causing yourself to feel too much anxiety? Are you correcting your past in your head over and over again and it's causing some depression? Knowing what your inner senses are and being able to strengthen them and with practice is one of the best things that you can do in this entire life. If you do nothing else with your life but this, you're way ahead of the game. So the first sense I want to talk about is imagination. It's one of my favorites. It's the one that got me through a rough childhood. And I feel like my imagination is super, super, super strong. I think it's one of those senses that as people become adults, they lose touch with. And that's really sad. It can be such a powerful ally. The next one would be intuition. A lot of people talk about intuition, but it's kind of mysterious because a lot of people have no idea what it is. Intuition is kind of like an immediate knowing. It's a way to know something is right or wrong, or know which path to take without even having to think about it. A lot of people believe another internal sense, another strong inner sense, is your ambition, which I do have another video talking about ambition. Ambition, in this sense, would be that drive you feel to achieve a goal that you find important. You could also probably call it willpower, but I believe willpower is kind of short-lived. It's a good way to start your sprint towards the goal. But if you don't quickly find steps and patience and develop a love of the process of reaching the goal, will is pretty short-lived. Another inner sense that a lot of people wouldn't even notice was an inner sense because it's so inherently normal to us to think of it otherwise would be memory. Yeah, memory's a tool, a powerful one. But most people nowadays, and I definitely don't ever want to say anything negative about therapy, but I never had much luck with it. The whole point of therapy is to go back and remember the bad things that happened and try to reform them into something better so that you can forget about it. There's many different types of therapy. But for the most part, I feel, and this is totally personal opinion, that when you sit down with someone for a talk therapy or some other kind of therapy, you're digging into memories. You're digging into painful memories. And the Buddhist perspective is every single time you pull that memory out of your memory bank and relive it, you're reliving it all over again because your mind doesn't know the difference. It reinforces it. It's much better to live in the present moment and to do your best to not think about those things and let them fade away naturally. Don't give them energy. Don't give them power over yourself. They're not part of you anymore. So why do we have memory anyways? It's to help us record the pleasures and the pains of life. It helps us to shape our future, both of which really don't exist. You can actually only experience the past and the future in the present moment. Another great inner sense is reason, our ability to develop critical thinking. I have another video about that too. So being able to reason is being able to take in information from our senses and from other people and rationalize it and decide for ourselves if that's going to be incorporated in our belief systems and in the way that we live our lives. And it's 100% our choice. Just because you hear something, even if it's from a reliable source or someone that you really, really, really want to believe because of confirmation bias or whatever, it doesn't mean that you should believe it and that it should be a part of your life. Give it a minute of thought and decide for yourself, maybe using your intuition, whether it's going to better your life to believe that or if it's actually going to make things worse for you. Along with instincts, I would include perceptions as well. Everybody perceives things differently in life. It's pretty amazing, actually. You could be with a group of people all experiencing the exact same thing and you all walk out with a different story. There's a really cool Buddhist story I love. It's about a vulture and a butterfly. Over a beautiful meadow, a vulture flies, and he's looking for carrion. He's looking for dinner, and he finds it. Over that same meadow floats a butterfly. He's looking for flowers and nectar, and he finds it. It's the exact same meadow. Their perceptions were completely different. So it's super hard to put some of these concepts into words. Language can be super limiting when you talk about philosophical things. I do these walks in the hopes that it makes you open your mind a little bit and think about some things while you're enjoying the gorgeous blessings that Mother Nature has given us. And realize that we're a part of it. Her energy rejuvenates us. Her vibration can level ours and give us balance and peace, even if just for a little while. Thank you so much for walking with me. And I'll see you next time, okay? You come back.